Mother Teresa, the light of compassion. In the bustling streets of Skopje, a small city in Macedonia, a little girl named Agnes Gongsha Boshakshiu was born on August 26, 1910. No one knew that this tiny girl, with curious eyes and a gentle heart, would one day be known to the world as Mother Teresa, the saint of the poor. Agnes grew up in a warm family filled with love and faith. Her father, Nicola, was a successful businessman, and her mother, Drena, was a kind woman who never turned away a hungry soul from their door. Every evening, Drena would gather her children and remind them, "My children, never eat a single mouthful unless you are sharing it with someone who is hungry." These words planted a seed in young Agnes's heart, a seed of compassion that would one day bloom into a mission that changed the world. A calling from the heart. From an early age, Agnes felt drawn to a life of service. She admired the missionaries she saw helping the poor and teaching children about love and faith. When she turned 18, she made a decision that would break her mother's heart, but fulfill her destiny. She left home to join the Sisters of Loreto, an Irish community of nuns with missions in India. Before leaving, her mother hugged her tightly and whispered, "Put your hand in his hand and walk all the way with him." Those words became her lifelong guide. Agnes never saw her mother or sister again. A new life in India. After months of training in Ireland, Agnes set sail to India and arrived in Calcutta, now Kolkata, in 1929. The city was full of color and life, but also poverty, suffering, and despair. She began her work as a teacher at St. Mary's School in Darjeeling and later in Calcutta. Her students loved her gentle nature, and she taught them not just lessons from books, but lessons about kindness, love, and service. By 1937, she took her final vows and became Mother Teresa. She continued teaching and became the school's principal, respected by all. But deep inside, she felt an inner voice, a whisper from her heart, calling her to do something more. The second calling. One day, while traveling by train from Calcutta to Darjeeling, Mother Teresa experienced what she later described as the call within the call. She felt a strong voice telling her to leave the convent and serve the poorest of the poor, those who were suffering and dying in the streets. It was not an easy decision. Leaving the safety of the convent meant facing the unknown. But her faith was strong. She believed that God wanted her to live among the poor and serve them with love. In 1948, she received permission to leave the Loreto convent. Dressed in a simple white cotton sari with a blue border, the same dress that would later become the symbol of her mission, she stepped into the slums of Calcutta with nothing but faith in her heart. Beginning in the slums. Her new life was not easy. She had no money, no shelter, and no helpers. Every day she walked through the crowded streets, visiting the sick, washing their wounds, and comforting the dying. She opened a small school for poor children, using sticks to write lessons on the ground. Some people mocked her, others doubted her, but she continued with a smile, saying, "If you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one." Slowly her kindness began to shine through the darkness. Volunteers started to join her, inspired by her courage and selflessness. In 1950, she officially founded the Missionaries of Charity, a religious congregation devoted to serving the poorest of the poor. The Missionaries of Charity. The Missionaries of Charity began with just 12 members. Their goal was simple but powerful, to see the face of God in every human being and serve them with love. They opened homes for orphans, hospices for the dying, and shelters for the homeless. Mother Teresa's small room was no bigger than a closet. She owned only 3 saris and a pair of sandals. But her heart was filled with more love than all the riches in the world. Her belief was clear. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Day after day, she walked through Calcutta's narrow streets, picking up people who were dying alone, washing their faces, feeding them, and whispering words of peace as they took their last breath. To her, every life mattered. Every soul was precious. Love beyond borders. Word of her work began to spread beyond India. People from all over the world came to see the woman who turned compassion into action. Her mission expanded to other countries, Africa, Latin America, Europe, and beyond. Homes for the sick, abandoned, and orphaned began to appear everywhere under the name of the Missionaries of Charity. When asked why she did such difficult work, she simply said, "I see God in every human being. When I wash the wounds of a leper, I feel I am nursing the Lord Himself." Her heart knew no boundaries of religion or race. Whether Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or atheist, she served everyone with the same love. Facing challenges and critics, not everyone understood her. Some criticized her for not trying to solve the root causes of poverty. Others accused her of promoting religion under the name of charity. But Mother Teresa never let criticism distract her. She quietly continued her mission, saying, "I am not here to be successful. I am here to be faithful." Her faith gave her strength, even during times of personal darkness. In her private letters, which were revealed after her death, she admitted that she sometimes felt the absence of God. But even in that spiritual pain, she never stopped helping others. Her love never faded. Recognition and humility. The world could not ignore her light. In 1979, she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for her work in bringing love and dignity to the poorest of the poor. When she was told about the award, she said she was unworthy and accepted it in the name of the hungry, the naked, the homeless, and the unloved. During the ceremony in Oslo, she was asked, "What can we do to promote world peace?" Her answer was simple: "Go home and love your family." Her message was always about small acts of kindness. She taught that peace begins with a smile and love begins at home. The final years, even as she grew older and weaker, Mother Teresa refused to rest. Her hands, once strong and steady, now trembled, but her spirit remained unshaken. She traveled the world, visiting her missions and encouraging others to serve. In 1997, her health began to fail. She had heart problems, but her concern was never for herself. She said, "Let me die with the poor." And so she did. On September 5, 1997, Mother Teresa passed away in Calcutta, the city that had become her home and the heart of her mission. The whole world mourned her death. Thousands gathered to pay tribute to the woman who had spent her life serving others. Her funeral was attended by people from every faith and nation, a fitting farewell to a woman who belonged to all humanity. A legacy that shines forever. Even after her death, her mission continues. Today, the Missionaries of Charity operate in over 130 countries, carrying forward her message of love and service. The sisters wear the same white saris with blue borders and live by the same simple rule: to serve the poorest of the poor. In 2016, the Catholic Church officially declared her a saint, recognizing her as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. But to millions, she was already a saint long before that, not because of miracles, but because of her heart. Her everlasting message. Mother Teresa's life is a reminder that one person can change the world, not with power, not with wealth, but with love. She taught us that compassion has no religion and kindness needs no reason. She once said, "It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving." Her legacy continues every time someone helps a stranger, comforts the sick, or feeds the hungry. She showed us that even the smallest act of love can bring light into the darkest corner. Conclusion. Mother Teresa did not build empires or lead armies. She carried no weapon, owned no wealth, and ruled no nation. Yet she conquered hearts across the world, with a smile, a touch, and endless compassion. She proved that true greatness lies in humility, that love is the most powerful force on earth, and that even one small woman can light up the world. Her story will forever inspire humanity to care, to serve, and to love without limits.